Welcome back to AM Northwest. It's October and we're feeling crafty. Here with an art project simple enough for kids to make, we welcome back artist, educator, and the author of several books, including Botanical Line Drawing, Peggy Dean. Great to see you, Peggy.
Great to see you.
I want everyone to see these cute little pumpkins.
They are so fun.
So adorable.
And they take like 30 minutes from start to finish, depending on how you want to assemble them.
Okay.
Could be up to an hour, but really 30 minutes is all you need. And
Sure.
also, you can take any type of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like to be a little extra and decided to just blob a bunch of paint onto a paper because it's fun, it's expressive. Anybody can do this. It doesn't take much, especially when it's like wet paint on wet paint, just to see like the different layers, just kind of do what they want to do and then let it dry. But that's just kind of an elevated like scrapbooking.
I
kind
love
of thing,
it,
right?
yeah.
They don't have to look good. That's the best part.
No, because once you put them all together, you can see the texture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay,
and I think
gotcha.
you could do this with just a standard, color paper, a different color paper, but why not make
it
each
more
layer
artistic.
ours? Yeah.
Okay.
So I've done this part because that would have taken too long to watch paint dry.
Sure.
but we can do this together. You can pick a red or I guess pinkish or green.
I'll take this one.
Cool. So now the way that I did both sides, and the reason why is because there's two ways to assemble these once they're done.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is to let each side of these pieces of paper show, and it's just joined by string over and over and over and over.
Oh.
The other way is to glue two pieces together, in which case you wouldn't have to paint the other side. So I'll show you both of those when we have a piece. But essentially, we pick the size that we want. So let's say about here. I did it where I had two strips, two cuts into three strips. So basically, I just have a strip. It doesn't have to look pretty.
Okay.
And then I cut that additionally. And then I just make my first initial guide.
Okay.
So I just cut that, or fold it in half, kind of like, when you do a heart.
Yeah.
So we're doing that, but in a shape that's just kind of circular, but kind of comes into itself a little bit. And you've seen pumpkins, they don't have to look any particular way.
Right, okay.
So I gave you the gold scissors.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know how much I like gold.
I do. Okay, so basically anything that looks like this. It could be a lot deeper or higher. That's the beautiful thing about these, is that you can't cut a wonky side pumpkin like you can a heart. And then this is what we're left with. So you can see now that creates a piece of what all of this will look like. Once that's done, then we're just gonna do that a whole bunch more, obviously.
How are you following the guide?
So,
oh, I see.
I am, folding this again, and then I'm just holding it up. So I'm holding the fold right next to the fold of this one, and then just following it this way. It just makes it a lot easier, and I'll tell you, if you are...
I think mine is a lot smaller. Okay.
It might be, but that's fine.
Okay.
I have two different sizes right here. I wanted to try two different sizes to see if I liked any particular, and as it turns out, I like only different sizes because it creates layers, It creates like this elevated, like we've got one too. I might make a big one next to that.
Okay.
Just things work.
Oh, before I forget, tell me about Bloomtober.
Bloomtober.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every year around the spooky season in October, I run an art challenge on Instagram. It's hashtag Bloomtober, and it's all of Halloween. Well, it's not Halloween. It's all of, not all of, wow, speak. It is the world's most toxic flowers and plants. It's a drawing challenge to embrace some of our favorite holidays.
Oh, and
by
you
that,
like you like Halloween.
I
quite
love
a bit.
Halloween.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to celebrate it as a kid.
Yeah.
And so I embrace it absolutely fully. So yeah, it's at if you look up the hashtag Bloomtober, you'll find it. The pigeon letters is my Instagram. But yeah, it's just to get people drawing. It's to try to get you to draw every day. It doesn't have to be beautiful. Line drawing is so much fun. But yeah, I love embracing any kind of festive time for the spooky season.
Okay. I'm having an issue here.
Oh, that's okay. It's not really supposed to stand up yet. I just got lucky.
Oh, okay. I was like, why is mine not standing up? Okay, got it.
So what we'll do, like, I'll show you this next part, and this can be with glue or it can be with string. If it's glue, I just went a little too generous. But what I'll do is I'll just glue 2 of these pieces together like this, so the folds go into each other like this. And then that's going to start to see, now it's not standing up. It will once it's all connected.
Oh, and now
so,
I'm seeing how you do this. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the actual assembly. I'm just using the scrap glue from my hand. And that's how that works. But if you wanted to do a string where all the pieces were showing, this one it's harder, that's why I didn't bring it, but what you would do, I still like to share, is in the middle here, on the seam, you're just gonna put a string and wrap it, and then wrap it, and wrap, and then that's why I cut all of them out before I even start to do that part, because otherwise it's just
Now, how do you do the stem?
Okay, so the stem, you don't have to have crepe paper. I just so happen to have some, which I was very excited about. I wanted to use newspaper though, because I think that the texture of like the words on newspaper would look really cool. Like, you know? Yeah. So I'm almost partly like, should I do that when I get home? Change to newspaper, but any hue, any type of paper like this, all you have to do is just roll it up real messy.
Okay.
Like so, but tight is good. So if you roll it up really, really tight.
Okay.
And then, it doesn't have to be super long. You can just maybe cut it, tear it or cut it, and then when it's really, really tight, you can start to just bend it in these positions, and it just creates this twist.
Yeah.
Kind of effortlessly. And at the bottom, if it gets real tight here, what I ended up doing with these ones is just cutting little notches.
Oh, I wondered how you got that little.
Yeah, it was just cutting tiny notches at the bottom.
Okay.
And then not worrying about making it perfect, and then just putting a dot of glue right there.
Okay.
And then just setting it on the top, holding it, and you can see how
and then you glue it.
would start to form.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Peggy, thank you so much.
You're
Again,
welcome.
we're going to put all that information about the, first of all, you've got your books, Botanical Line Drawing, but also you've got Bloomtober. We'll put all that information on our website at katu.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.